Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhattanam Ekadam Tam Rupasmahe Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Rupasmahe Hayagrivam Rupasmahe Krishnam Kamalapatracham Punyasravana Kirtanam Vasudevam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pularavindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Gnanamaya Pradipaha. Om. So we have been trying to get some knowledge regarding politics, economics, administration, wisdom, management, and also trying to uncover the expectations in a positive manner and so on. So all this knowledge has become possible because of a great speaker, that is Vidura, who is the minister for Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra is simply worried that what could be the kind of message that that Sanjaya would bring from Dharmaraja, who has been asked to go and find out the opinion or message from Dharmaraja. Dhritarashtra, the emperor of the Kuru dynasty, he is now living. And therefore, he started talking. And we have been trying to note that, first of all, he begins with a wise man, definition, characteristics, and all that. Then Vidura also started talking about the other aspect, the opposite aspect of it is a bad man, a wicked man, a man who, so Murkha, the other way is called. Therefore, here in this section, we have covered about 40 slokas, a little slowly, trying to unearth some knowledge. And today we go with the 42nd stanza and more, so that what more has been imparted to us. Though Dhritarashtra has been the person to whom the entire thing has been brought down. I am just reading the 42nd sloka in the Vidura Neeti and further. Ekam hanyat nava hanyat Yishur mukto dhanushmata buddhimato srushta anyat rashtam srajajagam ekaya dve vinischitya Trischaturbhi Vase Kuru Panchajitva Viditva Shatsaptahitva Sukhi Bhava Yeka Visharaso Hanti Sastrena Ikascha Vachyate Sarastram Saprajam Hanti Rajanam Mantra Visrabaha. So now we are having a good knowledge about the Raja Vidya. Now, in the sloka 42, you observe that a bowman shoots an arrow. When he shoots, ekam, see, vimuktaha dhanushmata. Dhanushmata is the word, a person who is skilled in the archery. And what it does, if he releases the arrow, Ishur Vimukuktaha, it will be able to kill not many, and it will only become successful slaying a single person. Ekam hanyat. So one arrow, one person. Therefore, buddhi buddhimatotsushta anyat rashtram sarajagam. So when an intelligent person who has immense good intelligence, if he were to use his intelligence, he is capable of destroying the entire kingdom together with the king. So to say that, now there is a contrast drawn between an arrow and an intelligent person. An intelligent person is able to destroy the kingdom and the king simultaneously, while a bowman employing an arrow will be able to kill only the object to whom the arrow has been directed. So that is one kind of contrast. And now another interesting thing that you find in the 43rd sloka is that ekaya dvihi vinischitya trihi chaturbhihi vase kuru panchajitva viditva shatshapta sukhi bhava. So one has to become happy because there is wanting the discrimination. So the two, by means of the one, bring under the subjection the three, friend, enemy, and neutral, by means of four, success against enemy. And so this is what it is going on. It's something like Sama, Dana, Bheda, Danda, Chatura, Upayas. We have four. For example, when we are trying to shoot up more enemies, there are the possibility to apply against enemy. One is Sama. Sama is the reconciliation, trying to bring friendship between them, negotiate. And the another one is Dana, giving bribery or some wealth for that. Then Veda is trying to conquer the five perceptions and also the six dependent policies in the foreign politics. What are these? We have been noting them in the Panchatantra and Hitopadesha, how they have been handled. So, if you are able to have Sandhi, Vigraha, Yana, Asana, then and all that, then abstaining from the seven evils: 1, woman; 2, gambling; 3, hunting; 3, taking into the intoxicant; then 4, harsh speech, harsh punishment, and amassing wealth in unjust manners. So these are all important things what to be noted. That's why I see hitva sukhi bhava, that we have got to underline. So what is Vidura telling? You have to avoid these things, and then if you once you avoid all these things, then you will be really calm and pleasant. So Vidura is telling that the discriminating power is important, especially in what? Discrimination in the do's and don'ts, which you have got to pick up. But in order to have that discrimination aspect, what is wanted is the intellect. So if you have intellect or intelligence, you will definitely be overcoming the hurdles and you will become happy. And again, it says that there are 7 vices, they call it. There are 7 vices, vyasanagalu, vyasanas, which one has to be away. But if one's vyasana means you always love to go with it repeatedly again and again, again and again. Now, Another important clue is being told in the sloka number 44 that mantra visravaha rajanam anti. See, those people who have not got wisdom and who have that mantra is the planning. See, there should be proper planning and all that. See, for example, he says that Ekam Visham Hanti. The poison will kill a person. And a weapon also kills only one. But here we got mantra visravaha means the wicked councils, they try to destroy the king as well as the subjects or ministers and wealth. Therefore, one has to be very, very careful about the cultivation of the positive intelligence. Shanmukha Sarma is now there listening this and trying to record and project all this under YouTube so that larger people will get benefited from the Vidura's statements, because you know, Dhritarashtra or Duryodhana lost battle and suffered a lot in spite of the presence of the great stalwarts like Bhishma, Drona, Krupa, Swattama, Karna, Shakuni, oh, so many, Jayadratha. In spite of all such great people supporting Duryodhana in the war elsewhere, but he was totally destroyed together with others also. So that is most important we have to note. Therefore, Vidura is telling, if there is a good minister, he will be permanent or stable over the land. If there is a bad minister, wrong counselor, then that will be a devastation for not only the king, also the entire kingdom. That everybody knows. That's why mantra has got to be very well thought over. Beautiful. You know, mantra visravaha means the wicked councils that will destroy not only Rastram, along the entire land or kingship is destroyed along with the citizens of the country or place. And so most important is, Vidura wants to say that you must have a righteous cabinet of ministers and also chief advisors and personal assistant. I hope you understood this. Now I go to the next verse, 45. Yekaha swadu na bhunjita, yekascharthan na chintayetu. Yeko nagachedadvanam, naikaha supteshu jagruyatu. ఎంత బాగుందండి ఆయన చెప్పిన మాటలు ఒక్కొక్కటి రత్నాలు. విదురుడు చెప్పినవన్నీ మహారత్నాలు. He says that you should not ekaha swaduna bhunjita. You should never partake of any savory viand or preparation. That's what we call as swadu, sweet. Bhunjita. So another point is, second point is, ekaha artha na chintayet. One should not all alone reflect on the concerns of profit. So if I profit analysis should be done by the profit experts or some kind of positive people. But here he says that if you were to have that kind of no intellect employing, that you will be suffering during the journey. And therefore, ekaha nagachedadvanam. A wise man should not go alone to the playground. and naikaha supteshu jagruyan. So when there are companions who are sleeping, you should not alone remain awake. At least if you don't get sleep, you must only pretend to be sleeping up on the lap, upon the bed. So that's what Vidura is telling to him, that one should not one should not think of all these things, but only jump into the waters to remove any contamination and to enjoy the perfect life. Supteshu jagruyat, awake among the sleeping companions. So there will be companions who will be sleeping, and they must be made wakeful because they have no fear. That's what is important. So you should have some minimum etiquette when you are crossing or contacting all that. Therefore, he said, Ekaha nagachedadvanam. So we don't know, when you are traveling in a long way, then you should not travel alone. So upon a journey. Now I am coming to the 46th stanza. Ekameva dvitiyam tatu Rajan avabudhyase Ekameva advitiya. I am reading now 46th stanza. Ekameva advitiyam tadyat rajan avabudhyase Satyam sargasya losobanam paravarasya naurisha. So they have. So here it is said, Nauriva paravarasya sopanam and sargasya paravarasya. Sargasya sopana paravarasya. And now 40th sloka. Ekaha chamavatam dosha itiyo lopalapyate. Idenam kshamaya yuktam asektam anti punaha. So manasu is important. See, that's why he is Krishna is always guarding people, especially any poisonous insect or animal, one should not immediately turn. So like that here, it is said, na bhunjita ekascharthana chintayet eko nagachadvanam naikaha supteshu jagrati. So now I am reading the 46th stanza. Ekameva dvitiyam satyatu rajan avabudhyase satyam sargasya sopanam paravarasya nauriva. Now the 47th sloka. Ekaha chamavatam dosha dvitiyo novapalabhyate idena shamaya yuktam asektam anyate chindi. Now look at the meaning. Ekaha advitiyam. When there is only one person, there is no second for him. See, sometimes people stand for elections, but after elections or during election, nobody will talk to them. And if at all they talk irritative words. Ekamevadvitiyam tadjatu. Ekaha chamvatam dosha dvitiyo lopalabhyate yadenam samaya yukta yuktam manyate janaha. So he is capable, he is not doing. That's what people will interpret in that manner. See, in the Ekaha Swadu means here, one should be very intelligent as to enjoyments. And in the next sloka, it is said that people are always fond of money and they install, but afterwards, what is happening to them, they don't bother. That is what the Rakshasas. So in Lalita Sahasranam, we say, Dushta Dhanava Bhanjanaye Namo Namah. So Rakshasas are also great devotees to her. But there is the attribute for the car, that Dushta. So like that here, Ekaha Shamahavatam Bhagav Dosho Dvitiye Nopalabhyate. Ekaha Chamavatam Dosha Dvitiyo Nopalabhyate Idenam Chamaya Yukta Yukta Katham Manyate. Ekaha Chamavatam Dosha Dvitiyo Nopalabhyate Yadenam Chamaya Yuktam Asektam Manyate. This is exactly what is happening in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna would tell when Arjuna said, I will not fight with my own kith and kin, I don't want to see them. So when that is the kind of spirit, therefore, he says that Samvatam Ditiyo Nopalabhyate. You can't find a replaced Arjuna at all for Krishna, or the permanent devotee of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda. Like that, we have that. So Chamavatam dosha ditiyo nopalabhyate. So the and yadenam kshamaya yuktam asektam manyate jana. There's only one defect in forgiving persons. And that defect is that people take a forgiving person to be weak. That's exactly. See, Vidura is telling the truth. And famous example is a story of Ashada Bhuti. And there is no nishkriti for them, no prayashchittam for them. But world is going on. We believe that there is Paramatma in objects of nature. So, I'm now reading the next verse. Is it there? Sosya dosho namantavyaha. Naga? Sosya dosho, that's Gupta agide. Kala books alli illadu. Sosya dosho namantavyaha. Shamahi paramam balam. Shama gudo hyasaktanam. Saktanam. Shaktimatam bhushanam. Om tatsadu. Now, here, you said that defect should not be taken into consideration. Sasya dosha namantavyaha. Because it may be a temporary loss, but permanently they are there. So, it is said paramam balam. The highest balam or strength is there in that. Shemo, Shama Gudo Hyasaktanam Shaktanam Bhushanam Tatha. So forgiveness is the virtue of the weak and an ornament of the strong. So it is Haribhaktanam Saktanam Bhushanam Tadha. So Paspu Kunkuma, like that they say, and all the Bangala Dravyas together you should take with all fingers and throw it. Now we go to the 45th stanza. So asya dosho na mantavya Kshama hi paramam balam, Kshama guno hi asaktanam, Siktimatam bhushanam tatha. Very beautiful. You observe, the defect should not be taken into consideration. See, doshaha, asya doshaha, na mantavyaha. See, whatever give food that has been brought by his son, only son, then he would have contracted. So look at the meaning, the defect, so asya doshaha na mantavyaha. Because you should not take the slips of the other person who is reciting fully. And the idea is forgiveness is most important. And it is a kind of merit to the Shama Vasikruti Loke, Shamaya Kimna Rajyase, Sajyase, Shanti Srunkara, Shanti Sankha Kareyasya, Kim Karishyati Durjanaha. If you are strong and powerful and pure and sin-free, nobody can attack you. In Ramaraksha Stotram, for example, it is said that Vyasa Bhagavan opted to possess one patience. Shama hi paramam balam. That's why I got underlined. So what is most important is the Shama, the forgiveness, the feature of forgiveness is important. And now if he talks about Shama, I'm in the class. So now after having talked about the intelligence, importance of intelligence, Vidura is now switching over to talk about the intelligence. And in that intelligence and other things, the nature of the person is also important. Because people do not at all pick up the Kshama quality, but they continue to remain inimical also. In Mahabharata, you have a grand example of Jayadratha. He didn't learn a lesson when he is released by Bhima and Arjuna, although he committed a very great atrocity. He kidnapped Bharati, Draupadi away. But he did not become better. The same thing in other contexts, we have people who have turned very good people, having had one kind of insult. For example, take the case of Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. Vishwamitra learned a lesson from Vishwamitra's power of penance and mahima of that. Therefore, Vishwamitra, though he was also a king and an emperor having all that land and people and all that, he just went for penance, did penance for so many years, and he desired to become as much Brahmanic as Vasishtha Maharshi. So that is the positive effect. Therefore, you must have, if you have got a discretional power, you can always use that power for personal merit and development. So in 40 next 6 to see, Shama Vasikritihi Loke, Shamaya Kim na sadhyate, Shanti Sankha Kare Yasya Kim Karishyat Durjanaha. Look at it. If you have got the quality of forgiveness to others in this world, so there is nothing not possible to achieve that. It will, that is, if you have got the Kshama Buddhi, you will always become friends with all. So in Ramayana and Mahabharata, we have many interesting examples, and they are all live characters who will demonstrate Kshama is important. Now I am reading the next verse, which has taken to be as Gupta's, but it doesn't matter. Every sloka is a source of strength and inspiration to us, and also that interpolation, whatever you call it, that will be a part of understanding more the depths or insights of the concepts. Now I am reading the 40 slokas before 48. Atrune patito vannihi swayameva upasamyati akshamavan param doshai atmavan chaiva yojayetu. And next to 48th verse, Eko dharmaha param sreyaha, Eko dharma param sreyaha, Shamaika shantiruttama, Vidyaika parama drishtihi, Ahimsaika sukhavaha. So now Vidura is giving the solution also. For example, he says, supposing the fire falls upon a ground where there is no grass, Atrune vannihi patitaha chet swayameva. Then it becomes silent. It will not spread further because of the wateriness and all that, the green leaves. So that meadows are only when you have got enjoyed during a particular period of time. So here it is fully said, Ekaha dharma, there is only one dharma, and that is really giving you peacefulness if you have got the sense of forgiveness. Shamaya dharitri, that's what it is said. What is the prime nature of Mother's Earth? It is only enjoyment and participation and having the vision of the Paramatma there. Then, Ego Dharma Param Sreyaha. Now, here I have not completed idea. So, the eating of the grass has not been started by the baby. It will, but don't worry, the baby will definitely pick up. And you can always take him to the doctor if at all necessary. So here, we are, Thomasindra's sister is talking, Atrune patito vanhi swayameva upasamyati. So supposing it, the vanhi, the fire of Shiva, which was helping to burn that desire, kalpavruksha, desired twinkling tree, that was the top of ferocious. But Shiva is always Shanta Purusha, he is having a controls over its own emotions, feelings and mind and all that, as we know. Therefore, he has to make some shopping, but he could not. And he just came up Eko dharma param sreyaha. In Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana, everywhere this is being explained. Only dharma is better than any other things. So in earlier chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna defined what is dharma. But ultimately he established with his work that dharma is supreme for everybody. Dharmena hinaha vasubhi samanaha. Those people who don't have money, well, they are just equal to pasus. And in 48th sloka, it comes like this. Ego dharmaha param sreyaha shamika santiruttama vidyayika parama drishtihi himsaika sukhavaha. So sukhavaha, parama drishti of eko dharmaha parasreyaha shama eka. Now sloka number 48. Below that, the earth is the very much the ownership of Atri Guru Datta and the mainstay, and then the other player supporters. So like that we have the program fixed for. Ekameva dvitiyam tadyad raja rajanam amraveshu tastha. Ekaha yasvado. Now next one is Ekameva dvitiyam brahma tadyada rajanupaiti, can by heart. Then the 47th sloka, no, 49. Dva vimau grasate bhumi sarpo bilasayinaga. Dva vimau grasate bhumi sarpo bilasayaniva sarajanam cha avirodharam brahmanam cha apravasinam. How beautiful is this sloka. You observe that bhumihi grasate sarpaha bilasayan avirodharam brahmanam rajanam apravasinam. So two deities or female, they are there. If people are fond of that, then there's a suffering. That's why here is said there are two kinds of people who grab the earth to their side. So grasate bhumihi, they buy the land, they buy everything, but money, sarve gunaha kanchanam asrayanti. All gunas will embrace the wealth and transactions and accountancy and all that. So Vidura is trying to talk about the dharma, righteousness is the highest thing and also good to be done for the brothers there. Ekah eko dharma param suyah. Dve karmani naraha kurvan asmin loke virochate abruvan purusham kimchitu asato narthayatha tatha. So in 50th sloka, you observe a man may attain fame, name, and all that. But it is possible through refraining from harsh speech. It is parusham vachaha, harsh speech, and also decline the aspect of not showing any samskruti for the others. So you should be a cultured, civilized person, then there is the progress. So anyway, today I will stop here. We continue next. Chapandi. Om Tatsatu. Om Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Sri Matrucharana Aravinda Arpanamastu.
Matrucharana Aravinda Arpanamastu. Om Tatsat.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.